Good evening, Dr. Knowles and classmates. My name is Michelle Bichard, and for organizational behavior video presentation tonight, I will be talking about tell-all websites. Glassdoor, Memo, Yik Yak, and Collectively are apps readily found on Google Play that may be utilized to obtain information or reviews on a business or organization. Users may submit reviews or opinions anonymously, which may be subjective or objective. These assessments, however, can pose ethical liability to the company or entity. The first ethical dilemma to be addressed is, do employees have the right to say what they want to about their organizations online as opposed to in private? This is a complex question with many variables. While the First Amendment protects individuals from government censorship, social media platforms and apps are private companies and thus provide their own censorship. There are boundaries with the freedom of speech when it pertains to the intents of committing acts of crime, hate speech that is likely to incite imminent lawless actions, or deemed obscene, as in child pornography, when not of literacy, artistic, political, or scientific value. Fewer free speech rights exist, though, for government employees. There are social pressures in the workplace to behave in a certain manner. Many employers also have contracts with their employees to maintain confidentiality and refrain from disparaging statements on these social media sites. However, this obviously has not discouraged all people from speaking out against their employers. While I am proud to live in a country that legally protects my freedom of speech, I cannot agree with slander or defamation publicly against my employer. If an employee has personal injustices, then there are other avenues to seek vindication, such as a complaint to the Department of Labor or seeking an attorney for possible litigation. Defaming an employer on an app may ultimately cause more liability damages and loss of employment due to inappropriate conduct and actions when taken to a social media site. As a manager of a business or organization, reading an unflattering comment posted by an employee would make me analyze information and assess its validity. Was there any truth to it? Or was the written statement intended to create a dialogue that could prove of value to other employees? The way a manager behaves at work should reflect on who they are as a person. A manager should emulate honesty and integrity. If the unflattering comments were directed towards that person's character, then this feedback could be useful on how their attitude and behavior is seen with others within the company. Sometimes a manager reading an outspoken evaluation will provide an opportunity to improve relations. I believe it is acceptable for people to submit opinions or remarks anonymously. The traditional suggestion box is now replaced with technology. There are a few companies that still have suggestion boxes for employees to submit their complaints, which it is optional to provide the author's name. The tell-all apps allow a different transmission of feedback, which may or may not be positive. The current management trend welcomes transparency. While it is difficult for an employee to be truthful about negative opinions to leadership, having the security of anonymity does dissolve some fear of retribution and retaliation from a manager. A good strategy is that of Grant Vadori, the co-founder of a digital marketing agency in Chicago. He takes a poll from his employees several times a week to obtain candid answers. A manager that is informed of a problem or issue will be in a better position to offer resolution. If more than one employee has the same concern, then an analysis may be done for corrective actions. Teamwork is imperative between managers and their subordinates, which can be compared to the proverb, a ship sails smoother with a crew working together rather than the captain alone. Thank you for listening, and Great job, Pats.